Hello guys, this is Tasha Talk Truth. Well, I don't do nothing but speak the truth all day, every day. So let's get into it. Hello guys, how everybody doing? I hope everybody's having a wonderful, wonderful day. If not, y'all already know, get on your knees and pray, okay? Because prayer does work. All right, guys, I want to give a big shout out to Kenneth Cooper, okay? Y'all follow Kenneth Cooper on Instagram. Kenneth Cooper do moderate, you'll see him in the chat. He's with us, on all platforms, and he see things and he know what's going on with the petties, and he think it's unfair. Him and High Shot have had a back and forth before, and High Shot punked out. Y'all already know when it comes to men approaching that man, he don't wanna. He flies away. He don't want. He blocks them. But he'll sit there and argue and drag a woman, a barb, all day long, okay? He don't want to talk to no real man. He don't want to talk to no man at all. If they ain't, gay, if they ain't that, he don't want to talk to them. He don't want to talk to them. No, nothing. You got to be either that way or you got to be a woman to get any response out of that fool over there, okay? Now, anyway, woo, y'all, this is really, really interesting, okay? But he brought to my attention, he was like, Jenny, we're gonna call her Jenny. He was like, Jenny, with her old lying ass. She know Nicki ain't called her to cuz she gonna fly her family out. Hell, we was in the middle of C-19. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, Kenneth, you are so damn right. That is something that we all missed. Kenny got locked up in March. What? March the 4th?
Telling her that this happened. You said she contacted you after he got in trouble for not registering in California, and she wanted to.
Yeah, this was like maybe March 9th.
Okay, I
was contacted by her. I think he got arrested maybe a week before, maybe a couple days before.
Okay. So when he got arrested, she's doing the work allegedly to try to cover it up, maybe?
No, I from what she told me was that she got word that I was willing to do something to help them out in this situation.
Where did you get that word from? The person
That's how she worded it.
Huh.
The world was in a crisis. In LA, they was shutting down. They shut down around March the 12th. But they were already getting ready. Certain things was open. Certain stores was open. They hadn't, really put that strict, home restriction on everybody until March the 12th. Somewhere during there, okay? In Georgia, they didn't put it in for Georgia like around April, okay? But my thing is, this woman have never, ever, 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 ever said anything about C-19, okay? The reason, she didn't go here, if anything, she should have been telling, Nicki Minaj, oh, I don't want to fly out there. I don't want to fly out there. And we in the middle of C-19. During that time, everybody was worried if they was going, pass or not. And what was Miss Jenny doing? She was plotting. She was plotting on Nicki. Okay? This is about a plot on Nicki. This don't have nothing to do with Kenny. This is about money, and this is about a group, a fan base, trying to sabotage Nicki Minaj. This is allegedly they're conspiring. They're conspiring to take this woman out of the game. And they don't even care if they gotta lock her up. They want her gone. Okay? And some people want that bag. And they try hard as hell. But what's funny is, none of this shit makes sense.
what made Jennifer come out on November 27, 2020 to just go ahead and tell the story herself. So let's go ahead and get into that.
Well, in March of 2020, I got a call from a mutual friend of Kenneth and my brother, and he said that he could connect me to them and make this go away. And when he said he could connect me to them, meaning Nicki and Kenny, and when he said he could make this go away, I thought the agreement was going to be, if I don't speak to anybody about them, they wouldn't speak to anybody about me. End of story. Well, that's not what happened. What happened was, this mutual person offered me $20,000 to write a letter stating that I lied about what I did. I lied about Kenny assaulting me. And I didn't want to do it. I got a phone call from Nicki Minaj herself saying that she got word that I was willing to help them out in this situation because, you know, Kenny had got arrested for not registering in the state of California on state charges, and then he got out, and then federal charges were brought up on him. So she said that she could send her publicist Joe out to where I was living at the time. I have since moved multiple times since then, but that she can send Joe out, her publicist Joe, out to meet with me and talk with me about the situation. After that phone call with Nicki, the only contact I had was from street goons.
Jenny, you got some explaining to do. How in the hell was Nicki going to get you, fly you and your family in at dead smack in the middle of a pandemic? Why would she do that? Why wouldn't that be the first thing on your mind? Why? Everybody was thinking about the C-19. It was literally getting people up out, taking people up out of here. So let's listen to what Jennifer says about Nicki Minaj flying her whole family in or flying her publicist out.
I don't know how I'm saying what I'm saying.
Nicki never said Nicki offered her any money amount. Nicki offered to fly her out to LA to recant the story and speak to Nicki's publicist / lawyers. Did not say that Nicki offered her money in the past. That's not her words. What she said
I said Nicki offered to fly me out to LA. Nicki offered to send her publicist to Georgia where I was at. That's what she offered me. And she also said that if there was anything that I needed, that I could reach out to her. She also said that to me. What the fuck makes you think I'm finna do that though? You know what I'm saying? Like, you sleeping next to the nigga who violated me. Like, what really makes you think I'm finna do that? But at the time, my nerves is all crazy. I can't believe that that this nigga's really telling me like, yo, Nicki wants your number. Like, you want me to call you on three-way? Like, you know, I could be on the phone with you. And I'm like, nah. She could call. Yeah, go ahead. You can give him my number. I'm still in disbelief. Like, right. Like this nigga both. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck she calling me for? Right. What could she possibly be calling me for?
Now, not only is Jennifer lying, let's listen to what her daughter say.
I think she has somebody in her camp called Ganks. He was contacting family members. There was a lot of numbers as far as money being offered, but it was never offered from Nicki, and it was never offered from Kenny personally. It was just people speaking on behalf of Kenny. I have since had the U.S. Marshals come track me down because they got word that I was being harassed to recant my story. I have moved since March. I have moved 4 times due to people approaching my children. My daughter was out one night with some friends at a club, and some random guy approached her talking about he knows who she is, and he knows who her mother is, so she must know who Zoo is. She got really afraid and she ran.
I was at the club one night, y'all, and I think I was like 3 friends, and I'm talking about the night was a vibe. I'm talking about it was a cool ass night. I'm out here where I'm at, and some nigga, when I'm leaving out, some nigga steps in front of me, short nigga, light skinned nigga. And he was like, yo, you look mad familiar. I was like, no, I'm not familiar. I said, you don't know me. I'm not even from here. Where you from? I said, where you from? He said, I'm from Queens. I said, oh shit, me too. He said, who your people? I told him my people's last name, and then he just named all my motherfucking, he named my mother. He named all her fucking brothers. As soon as he said all of their names, he gave me a hug. He was like, yeah, you family. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay, nigga, you just hugged me. Look, first of all, y'all, if y'all know me, I do not hang out with men. I don't listen, we're not doing it. But he hugged me. He's talking about we family. Okay, so now I just let you into my spirit just a little bit, okay? And before I left off, he was like, so you know Zoo. Zoo is who they call Kenny back at where they stay at, whatever I don't listen, but that's what they call him, Zoo. And as soon as this motherfucker said that, I turned the fuck up in the club. I was about to kill him.
So you mean to tell me during March, restrictions, home restrictions, all of this going on, and her daughter vibing? I'm up in the club, we up in the club, and we vibing, and we, doing all this and doing that. And here people are trying to stay alive. They was shutting down the world. They was shutting down the country. And even if Nicki Minaj is a celebrity, they were even turning celebrities away for getting on private jets. And I make sure I put that out because, Jackass over there, Hot Shit Radio. Shout out to messy YouTuber. He'll be quick to come back on and talking about, Nicki's a celebrity. She could board a jet and blah, blah, blah. No, they were even turning celebrities away for chartering private jets. Some was able to use private jets depending on where they were going and their situation, but not all. They were turning celebrities away. They couldn't even board a private jet. And I don't want to hear this, she loved her man and she would... No. And that's another thing. Jenny got a problem. She had an issue with when she's telling these stories. She's always giving you an answer. She's always saying things like, well, if I'm not telling the truth, why won't they come out and say anything? She does that all the time. And it's manipulation. She's trying to plant in your head, give you a reason why to believe her. She does it all the time. Trying to tell you what Nicki Minaj is thinking and trying to tell you what Kenny is thinking and what these people are thinking. She's a liar. A habitual liar. Have y'all ever been around? I'm quite sure everybody have had one either in the family or around you growing up, where there was a habitual liar, where that person just lied and make up stories. That's what Jennifer sounds like to me. I've seen plenty of people just like her lie and tell stories just like her, will look you dead in your damn face and will lie. Just like this.
I'm saying to the camera that me and Kenneth Petty was never in a relationship. Nicki Minaj, you lied on your Instagram and you lied on Queen Radio about those comments that you made about me were bold-faced lies. I don't know who told you that, but you shouldn't have repeated it with the platform that you have. You did reach out to me. You did offer me to come to LA. You also offered to send your publicist Joe out to see me.
Strong allegations. And it's just unfortunate that all this is going on, and you're paying the price and suffering and pain, and no one's still holds anyone accountable for this, and everybody's just still discrediting you continuously. And
not questioning Nicki.
Right.
Just because you stick your face in that camera, girl, don't mean everybody's gonna believe you. And see, and that's the problem. We hear all these inconsistency stories. How can I believe her? How can I believe her when she is saying so many different stories? Just like with the aunt, the uncle, and Kenny parents. Both, you had two incidents and the same outcome came out in both incidents? That's a lie. She's a habitual liar. And she wants that money. She wants that money badly. So do the people that's been pushing this story. Hot shit knows that girl is lying. The first interview that he did with her, he knew her story didn't make sense.
Here's a timeline. So I get contacted by this person that says they're coming to Georgia, that they just purchased a property out there and they doing da-da-da-da. The very next fucking day, my brother hit me up out the blue. Like, yo, Jen, yeah, this nigga just kind of what? And I'm like, what the fuck? So I hit the dude that came to see me, that supposedly is supposed to make all this go away. Like, yo, who you talking to? Like, how my brother come at me with and talking these numbers? You know what I'm saying? Whatever have you. And this nigga, he coming to me like from the street. Oh, you know, Kenny ain't got that kind of bread. You know, ain't. So he disputing what the fuck my brother and these niggas is talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I don't pay no mind to that. I don't know what the fuck is up, whatever. So I didn't learn Ganks was a part of this until later, you know, to a little while later. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was a couple weeks or whatever. I didn't learn his name. I heard of the Jamie character.
Right.
But it wasn't until my brother called me one day and was like, yo, sis, man, yo, cuz just called me and I ain't never heard him like that. And I ain't never hear him talk like that or whatever. And, you know, he was worried about you and asking, talking about these niggas know where you live at. These niggas, da-da-da-da, whatever. And I'm listening to this, right? And I'm saying to myself, like, does my brother realize that he's fucking delaying threats to me? Like, he's relaying this message, but he's relaying it, you know, a little calmer than I'd like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, and I'm like, yo, what? So I told my brother, I was like, yo, I don't even live there no more. Within that week, I moved. No lie. Within that week, I moved from that particular place because the person who came to Georgia, he know I lived there. He's met me outside my apartment. So I knew for a fact that he knew.
He knew it. That's why he really ain't have nothing to say behind it. He knew that shit didn't make sense. He knew she was lying. But he wanted that clout. So he kept going. He kept going. Because, you know, he runs with Barty Gang. He's a Barty Gang member. So it didn't make it, it didn't make it too hard for him to go ahead and keep dissing Nicki. That's what his whole channel is about. Damn near. That's what he was over there doing. He's stalking her. I don't understand how people keep saying that the Barbs is stalking these people, harassing these people. Here's a grown man sitting over there crying and saying that he's been bullied by women. Punk ass. By women. By the Barbs. A grown ass man sitting on the platform and saying he's been bullied by Barbs. Grown ass man. But he won't talk to no real man. Cause see, Kenneth Cooper, you know, him and Tasha used to go back. He really didn't want to talk to Kenneth. He blocked him. Same thing with Willie. He blocked him. He wouldn't have no conversation. He wouldn't even talk about him. He wouldn't do none of that. 20 Days of August, he wouldn't let him up on the platform. He just wanted to have a conversation. He didn't want a conversation with them. But he would sit and drag a woman talking about drag them by their lace fronts. Bitch ass. But back to what I was saying. You got some explaining to do, Jennifer. You tell me how in the hell was Nicki gonna fly you out dead in the smack of a pandemic?
I reiterated was, I need you to know, woman to woman, this happened.
And what did she say?
And she was like, well, if you ever need anything, if you want to call, you know, this is my personal number. You can reach out at any time.
And
it's possible.
You confirmed with her, like, this is not some situation where we were in a relationship and our parents got.
I felt like woman to woman. I didn't even go into all of that. I just told her, I need you to know, woman to woman, this really happened. I need you to hear it from me that this really happened.
And she,
I'm not going to say she brushed it off. It was like one of those things where it was like a quick pause. And then it was like, well, you know, maybe I could fly you and your family out to LA. Like I was supposed to be like, yay, okay, sure, I'd love. No, nigga, I don't want to go to LA. Ain't nothing out there for me. You won't get me out there and throw me in a body bag. You know what I'm saying? Like that was my thought process. Like, I'm not letting anybody get me alone. Sorry. Right. And when she was like, we're going to send my publicist, Joe, you know, out to talk to you or whatever. I'm not finna give you my address.
How was she going to do that? How was she going to send her publicist out? And so you telling me Black as well. He flew out to Georgia too during that time because he had some properties out there.
Here's a timeline. So I get contacted by this person that says they're coming to Georgia. But they just purchased a property out there and they doing da-da-da-da.
Jennifer, you said you was moving all up and down March. So you moving all, while C19, you just moving all around Georgia. All around Georgia. Is that true? Lies. Lies. Her and her daughter, two lying ass women. Y'all heard this, y'all saw the story. Y'all saw Jennifer tell that lie about her daughter, and then her daughter, we were vibing. And then this thing, yeah, I know, Zoo, yeah, they're my people. For people who don't mess with men, for people who don't mess with people, and they show letting people into in their circle, ain't they? Because Jennifer talks about Black being childhood friends, and he, you know, reached out to her, and she let this man come to her house in the middle of C19, and where she got children. Somebody from New York. Bullshit. She's on a mission. And don't none of her stories sound right. Let me tell you something. Jennifer is out here talking like some mob tie shit. Man, she talking numbers. She like the numbers that they offer me. Then they got to talking about numbers, and I'm like, what, girl? And it's always a person of another person, like some mob shit. To get her to recant her story, see, she's still trying to use, she got that child mentality. And she's still trying to use what happened in 94 and put it on Nicki because Nicki spoke of it. That's why when she asked the lawyer or the fact finder, could she perjure herself if she recant? Because she know that is what they told her back in 94 if she recanted her story back then. And they told they was going to lock her up. Allegedly. I mean, last night, let me tell you something. Last night, I was listening. I've already heard the videos over and over again. But last night, I was just listening to Jennifer talk. And I was just cracking up. I was cracking up. It was so funny. You know how y'all be laughing at people that just be lying? And her story was just so unbelievable. Unbelievable. How should I know she lying? He knew that shit didn't sound right. And then they want to put her up on the platform. And again for the 5th time. And say people is twisting up her story. How? When her motherfucking ass is the one who's telling it. Running around here telling all these lies. And y'all mad because people like me and another small percentage of black people that don't believe her story because of all the inconsistencies in her story and these double stories that she's been telling. And y'all mad and said we're victim shaming because we won't believe her and support her? That's crazy. Then you gotta question everything. The way she run around here lying up and down YouTube, sitting up on these platforms, lying, don't make sense. And y'all quick to say that Nicki got money and she's no different from a woman, which we all women, but Jennifer no dare talk about, I don't view her as a celebrity. She's a woman like me. Yes, the hell you do. That's why you want that money. That's why you want that bag. You want that bag from that celebrity. Yeah, you do. Now let's listen to Jennifer again tell this lie. How Nicki asked her, dead in the smack in the middle of COVID. Now, mind you, LA is about to be shut down. No jets flying nowhere. No nothing. No planes. No nothing. Let's hear it one more time, girl. One more time. Tell us.
It wasn't Kenneth Petty who threatened me. No, it wasn't Nicki Minaj who threatened me. It's people that are associated with them who are contacting my family in regards to me recanting my story. After that one phone call with Nicki, I never talked to Nicki again. Publicist that she said that she would send to talk to me, that publicist was never sent to me. I never took a trip to LA. She offered to bring me and my family to LA. When I denied, when I was like, no, I'm not, because at that time I was working. I was like, nah, I'm not coming to LA. Come to LA for what? I gotta work.
Yeah. That's
how I responded to her. Nicki Minaj is a person to me who makes music.
A shame. A shame. Never, not one time have this woman said, I ain't going nowhere. It's C-19. The world in shambles. And here she is talking about Nicki, talking about flying her and her whole family out. Oh my God. My God. Or sending Joe ass down to Georgia. Oh, Lord have mercy. Woo. This is crazy. This is crazy. One point she was talking about Jamie, and she said one of her brother and Jamie, and she got to talk about the fact. Here we go. Oh my God. This woman said, I moved that week. I was gone. Oh my God. Girl, you should be ashamed of yourself. So Jennifer, you got some explaining to do. We need to know why you keep telling people that you spoke to Nicki Minaj, and Nicki Minaj said she was gonna fly you out, you and your family, out to LA when the world is shut down. All right, guys, y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comment section. I gotta give another shout out to Kenneth Cooper, because nobody even thought about that. He brought that to my attention. I was like, you are so right. So I went and looked up, when did they shut LA down? It was March the 12th. She said Nicki called her March the 9th and said she'll fly her out, her and her family. Or she gonna send his ass down to Georgia in the middle of the pandemic. Jennifer, you've been busted. So I think now is a good time for Jennifer to tap out of this lawsuit. Because this looks bad, Jennifer. This looks bad. You keep telling these people that Nicki Minaj called you and said she was gonna fly you and your family out. And here, they done shut down the city, the state. They're not boarding any planes or jets. So y'all let me know what y'all think down here in this comment section. And yes, and we'll chop it up down there. Y'all already know I love talking to y'all in the comment section. So y'all already know I'm gonna beat y'all down there, because I want to know what people think about Jennifer with her lying ass talking about Nicki Minaj said she was gonna fly her and her family out to LA, or her publicist Joe out to Georgia. And even Black, he even flew to Georgia because he has some properties down there when everything is shut down. All right, guys, bye-bye.
Of not really caring to know whether anything is really true or not. That go along, get along gang is real out here, and it's not a pretty sight to behold. It's a tragedy. If it's the truth, the narrative shouldn't ever change. It should stay the same. Whether you believe Kenny did this or not, that's up to you, but that is not what this is all about. This woman is after Nicki and her money. That's all there is to it. She never cared what this man was doing until he got with her. She continuously stalks Nicki's social media and then talks about her nonstop in multiple interviews since 2018, but Nicki is the one harassing her. Somebody please make it make sense for me.